How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another video, and with this one, we'll be doing another episode review of Invincible. We'll be talking about episode 6 in this one, and honestly, when it comes to this one, it was, okay. Me personally, how should I put this? I don't want to sound like a downer, because this one I was not as motivated as to watching. There are a couple key points that I actually was motivated to watch, but for the most part, I just was not kind of motivated to watch. But anyways, going to get us started, Mark wants to try to make it up with his girlfriend Amber, and he and his best friend go to this university to meet up with a guy that his best friend is seeing. So that's basically the setup for why they're going to this university. Now, at this same university, apparently people are disappearing, and there's some crazy guy who is more likely hacking them into pieces and replacing human parts with robotic parts. Okay, which once Mark and the rest get to the university, they actually come across one of these monstrosities that this mad scientist has created. And I gotta say, it gets gruesome, especially when, to an extent, Mark has to kind of take off and switch into his costume to fight off this creature, which to an extent Amber feels betrayed, because in her eyes Mark takes off running away, leaving them behind. But to an extent, the best friend realizes that it's Mark that's invincible, and furthering than that, kind of gets obsessive about it, which is kind of messed up, but either way. So, going forward, after this, they start to, there's this huge fight, which honestly I wasn't motivated to listen to. Me personally, not motivated to listen to, because I kind of figured that this was something that was going to come up, where the girlfriend is pissed with Mark because Mark disappeared during the fight. Just the typical kind of like drama between, the love interest and the superhero, because the love interest doesn't know the, super identity of the individual, and this and that, whatever, and their own responsibilities, just kind of cliche, so to speak, and I wasn't motivated. It even gets worse when, like, after this fight, or this, Amber takes off and actually goes to a party to try to hit on a guy. So, to an extent, I can honestly feel how she could be betrayed, but at the same time, it's not, like, what she's doing doesn't seem right at all either. So I'm not going to defend her on that one, even though, again, I can see why she would do that, but I'm not going, again, I wouldn't defend that. But so with that, the guy that the boyfriend, or not the boyfriend, but the best friend was saying, is apparently disappears, and turns out the friend goes to find the guy, but he gets turned in, I guess the guy that the best friend was seeing gets turned into a robot. And forgive me for not remembering any of these characters' names. I just call them, at this point I'm just using, like, best friend, guy best friend seeing this and that. But anyway, the best friend gets captured. The guy that the best friend was seeing is apparently turned into this cyborg, as well as a bunch of other people. Mark finds out about this and proceeds to try to find his friend, but unfortunately gets kind of overwhelmed by a bunch of these cyborgs. And strangely enough, through the power of love, the best friend tries to communicate with the guy he's seeing, and somehow his feelings pull through, and he's able to help the defeat the other cyborgs. Whereas the guy, the mad scientist who's created these, gets his jaw freaking like almost removed by Mark. And by the end of it, that's basically that subplot where they went to the university, and that's it. Now, there's another thing where Mark's mom is trying to uncover what happened. So she has Omni-Man's super suit, and apparently all the evidence of what Omni-Man did is there, clear as day, that he was the one that possibly, struck first. And it's all like, at this point she is trying to figure out why he did it, why he would have done the things he did, which at this point it's now going to that question as to why he did it. I mean, it's clear. I mean, even though we already knew, and now a lot of the characters are finding out, it's clear that he did it. The only question now is why he did it. So, and it seems like as the training for Mark is further into the training, he becomes more and more cold and distant towards everybody. Now, going past that, talking about one of the other subplots, Machine Man is basically with, I think, the Mauler twins. I keep calling them Mauler twins, and I keep forgetting what they're called, so I do apologize. But the clone twins, I should say. I'm just gonna call them the clone twins because they keep going back and forth of who's the clone, who's not the clone, whatever. But anyways, the clone twins are apparently building a body for Robot Man. Why? We don't know. My guess is apparently Robot Man may not actually be a robot, but more so a husk of an individual that more likely wants a body for himself. But either way, they're building a body for him. On top of that, Robot Man also, or Robot, I should say, Robot. I don't know why I was calling him Robot Man. Was able to find the necessary components, or I guess plants, in order to save Monster Girl. And we kind of see this relationship between Robot and Monster Girl, which in extent I can kind of see because they kind of seem like the odd ones, so to speak. Odd ones in comparison to a lot of the other superheroes, but whatever. I will admit, something really cool with everything that's going on. Eve, she apparently wants to do something different compared to a lot of the stuff she's been doing. So we see Eve run away from home, build herself a little tree house, and goes around the world to assist, not just by defeating bad guys and stuff like that, but basically actually helping farmers grow their crops, stopping fires, preventing lands like mudslides and stuff like that. Honestly, really cool stuff, which I will admit, like when we got to see that with Adam Eve, that was actually pretty freaking cool, and I loved it. So all in all, with this episode, there were some parts that I just I wanted to kind of tune out, but there are others that were really good and I enjoyed. But all in all, this was again an okay meh episode. But either way, it was interesting, and I'm still going to continue watching it. But anyway, with that, I don't think I have anything else I need to mention, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.